Right. Bit more engineering. You haven't found a way to see through your current platform length. You can work it out based on the number of... Well, certainly with freight it's easier. Because you get like one... You get one little sign per block. And I think each block is 40 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is 6 fours are 24. 240 meters. So if you look at that, with a 240 meter platform, yep. So every time you see one of those, it's 40 meters. Like I say, it's a bit easier than the passenger one. The passenger one has 2, whereas the cargo one has 1, I think. It should really show you. Like, I should click on this and it should say right here, you know, 240 meters. But I guess you could have different lengths of platforms, so it probably doesn't. $42 people. Let's see how much 42 people are willing to pay. No electric path. Well, isn't that interesting? No electric path. Didn't I just upgrade all this? Okay. Oh. Cheeky bit there, I think. That should pick up speed a bit. I don't think so, not yet, Timmy boy. Come on, punch it, Chewie. What speed is this thing meant to go? It's not even hit 200 yet. It's not turning now. It's still not hit 200. It capped out at like 170. Disappointed. I just texted Mr. Squirrel saying, need a tea, please. Only when I typed out please, my phone decided to auto-correct that to priest. So it now says, need a tea priest. I don't even know what that is. Pray for me, guys. Ruben, thank you for 16 months. Absolutely loving Transport Fever streams. Thank you, Ruben. See this bit of track here right now? We should be absolutely flooring it. There's no excuse. Is it because of the length? Or is it a fixed length? I'm not impressed. Something's slowing it down. I wonder if it was that level crossing. It caps out at 170. There's a level crossing here. I'm wondering if that better road has something to do with it. I don't know. Let's get rid of it. Money that. So the curve of that track is limited to 228. So it's not that. It's not the curve. And there's now nothing else to stop it. Let's see how it gets on this time. Well, Simon, I already said it was not going to be a good investment. 93 million, there's no way we're going to make that money back. No way. See, look, at this point here, why is it not accelerating big time? It's taking so long. Very slowly climbing up. Maybe it just needs a much longer distance to get up to speed. 171, 172, 173, and now it's going to have to start slowing down. If you buy a bullet train, does it always come as that size? Yeah, it's a fixed length. It's always 204 meters. It says here, on the flat, it will take 3 minutes to get up to 220 k's. 3 minutes. So yeah. Look at the finances of that. Holy moly. That's going to lose me about 10 million a year just on that train. Maybe we should only have one of them for now. There's not enough for run 2. I don't think there's enough people here for 2. We'll just have 1. Maybe we can make 1 work financially. We ain't going to make 2 work though. Okay, there was a bunch of trains on this line that needed replacing as well. These PAX trains. Let's see, there's 2 of these at the moment. Probably going to have to upgrade the line for these 2 as well. What about the Russian EMU? Or this? Does 130 Ks, 2 million a year running costs for 88 capacity. Does 130. It's electric. Running costs 4 million a year. The Russian one's not bad in terms of capacity. I mean, this doesn't even include the passenger car. And they have running costs as well, don't they? 300 grand a year. So actually the Russian one's not bad for the money. This one. Tops out at 130, which means it might not get to... it might not even reach 130 on that track. Cost 23 million to upgrade those 2. Yay! Let's go and hunt the electric track. Like, why can't you upgrade both at the same time? So laggy on that station. They should make this a lot easier.
Happy anniversary, Natter. Happy anniversary, Natter.
Okay, I think that's fixed the electric side of it. That was weird. Random Geezer, I think you know full well, dude, that this is not a Fortnite stream and I don't play Fortnite, so I think you're probably just trolling, or you've accidentally come into the wrong stream. Let's see if this thing gets to 120. If it does, we'll upgrade the track and get an extra 10 kilometers an hour out of it. Jamie Bally, thank you for the 4 months. Wow, people in this place like to talk with their hands quite a lot. So, if you played Fortnite recently, I want to see the item shop. There we go, there's 120. Alright, it's probably worth upgrading. Was it that one? Was one? It's so freaking. It really is. Condition of train 10 is very poor. I think we'll probably upgrade the trains on this line as well, the PAX trains. I should just be able to click somewhere on this track, hold down the shift key, and it just upgrade the entire line. I should not have to work my way down the track and do this. I think the devs of this game really need to look at some quality of life changes. Cool. Nah, it's just where the other track came in, Spitfire. Doesn't need to be high speed. That's a very Russian kind of green, isn't it? Look at that. It's a very old Russian green. What do you reckon if you zoom out? Really? Can you cut off roads? No. If you cut off roads to towns, you get this kind of pop-up warning that the local council really hates you, and they'll probably just rebuild the road anyway. Well, it's empty of goods, because it just dropped off a load of goods here. Look at that. Wow. $21 of 50. That's not enough. You actually have a Pyongyang legendary. What do you mean? What does that mean? Wow. We would have 177 more residents if we didn't have such bad pollution. I can't say I'm surprised given how I designed this city. I didn't really design this city with emissions in mind. There's an airport very nearby and the station smashes right into the middle of it. It's not exactly conducive to low emissions. Ooh. That's nasty. So that kind of gives you an idea that really your airport should probably be about that kind of distance away. Maybe over here. That kind of area. That's a lot of noise pollution. They're being bathed in noise radiation. Look at it. I mean, in all honesty, if the city grew this way, they'd be fine. Well, actually, London has more than one station right in the city. But that's the weird thing, is that's what tends to happen. Like, if you was to put a station in here in real life on the edge of a city, what would happen is, all around it, houses would spring up because they can walk to the station to go to work. Oh, he's full. 88, look at that. Pyongyang Kraz packs 203 people. Wow. I think kind of getting the feeling we need more people here. More trains on this line. That's a full train's worth there as well. Nice. Don't forget to upgrade the Pyongyang to Ho Chi Minh line. Yeah, that's that one, isn't it? Let's have a look at how it's getting on. 68 packs. Finance is not great, but maybe that with a bit of investment we can fix that. Do they have a dedicated passenger line? That's the question. No. Okay. I think we need to change that. The problem is these lines have to cross over. It's just a matter of when. Probably the latest point we could cross is there. But even at that point, the trains are going quite slowly, so that's no biggie. So yeah, first thing to do is give them their own dedicated track. Yeah, it does seem to be based on how far zoomed out you are. That's odd. You know, if I reconfigure that station and put the passenger station on the inside, we wouldn't have to cross-track at all. You was up till 3 AM playing this, Jackal. Rip. I'm not hugely surprised. I think we can reconfigure this, can't we? Basically, we need to make this a passenger stop. Okay, let's pause it. I'm gonna have to put... Oh, this is going to be a pain. This is going to be painful. Because we're going to have passengers there. Because cargo is double the width. I want to delete this. It's going to get rid of these as well. So, and because of... we have to move all the tracks over one as well. Ay, caramba. Now, why don't you want to build that game? Kind of hard to see what you're doing when you're in this configuration screen though. I think that line's broken. Was that a passenger line? That doesn't go anywhere yet. So you got a passenger track, cargo with a track on either side. May as well do it properly. I did text you like half an hour ago saying I need a tea priest.
To resurrect it?
No. I put, can I have a tea please? And it typo changed it to priest. Right. Okay. That's a bit more future-proof. So we want the passengers coming on this end line, don't we? Trouble is, when I connect all this up, all the trains are going to be unable to get to the places they want to get to. That's what's going to happen. So that goes in there. That goes into the... What? What? Construction not possible. What on earth? Is it because it's not... What? That makes no sense. Right, signals in and out. So we've got a cargo for that. Thing is, I think there's 2 cargo things coming in here. They'd actually benefit from being separated, wouldn't they? I think. Because we've got a cargo platform, we've got cargo track. So why not just have a separate cargo line for them? Just do that with it. Why is it showing an arrow going both ways? Something wrong with this. Oh, I know why. I don't have all the track there yet, do I? 1, 2. Oh man. I really wish there was a way of laying out more than one piece of track at a time. Okay. Oh, don't give me that game. Okay. All this is going to get messed up as well. This train is on completely the wrong line right now. I built too many. You wish the game has a filter to filter when you can choose which train lines you see. Yeah. That's what I'm saying about quality of life stuff. It doesn't have enough of it. This is going to break so much stuff. There's going to be trains in the wrong places. That's more like it. Let's get rid of this signaling. Like this guy now is on the he's on the PAX line, so we're going to have to slip him across. Can't even see what I'm clicking on. Honestly, the amount of like tedious infrastructure work you have to do. And even then you can't, like if I was developing this, I'd make this so much easier. But when you put these down, you see how it gives you an arrow. When I zoom to this level, it doesn't give me an arrow. So why not just show me an arrow next to that signal pointing that way and one here pointing that way down the track? So when I zoom out here, I can see which way those signals are going instead of just being like a clustered mess of stuff on top of each other. Show me what I've got. I don't get it. They must play this game. Why don't they just make it much easier to do this stuff? Okay. So that's set up correctly now. The only thing is we're going to have to fix the lines and then slip the trains into the right place, or at least allow them to. Allow them to get back where they should be. Like this guy's a passenger, so he's probably fine. This guy's not. So we'll like allow him to drop back. Let's start with this guy. Right, so he's okay. Going into the passenger. You can set that on the options of the game. There's hardly any options in the game, look. Interface, scaling, automatic, localization numbers, notifications, text, whatever. That's it. That's all the options you get. There's hardly any configuration. Everything else is like keyboard mappings, audio settings, and your graphics. That's it. There's just nothing here. Right, he's the Conmat train. So, yeah, okay. So he now thinks he's going there, which is fine. And he should be able to slip down into the right place. That's good. Where's this guy? Mashinki does the signaling well. Do you know what? I've not played Mashinki for ages. Where's the guy on this line? Food train. Is that him? There he is. So he should be able to get down where he needs to be, I think. If we do that. Okay, just need to choose a different platform for him, I think. There we go. Whew, that should fix it all. And then we can set about replacing some trains. Can someone whisper you a convoy link? That one isn't working in the US. Well, first of all, you need to be a sub. And secondly, you're going to get the same link. You have no cargo. That's right. Good spot. Yes. Wow, these are a bit modern. Look at this. Wow. Didn't like the up launcher to go to Google Docs. Interesting. Right, he's the food train. He needs replacing. If you get the fast loco for the food train, does that make it fast food? That was terrible. I know. Oh, come on. No electric path again. Oh boy, the whole line's not electric. I bet some trains got confused because I electrified a piece of train. Weird. Alright, let's try again. That's better. Combat train. I like that, because that's a platform now that's ready for us to do more stuff with. What do you use it in the game, Moorcroft? It really does depend on whether you play American, Asian, or European. You get different vehicles. Like, we're in the Asian setting, so we have completely different vehicles. Blimey. It's a lot of material. How much combat can they actually take? It's almost full. The trouble with that being here is, like, you want to expand it, you've got to trash a lot of stuff. The train you just replaced was the oldest train you have. It was more than 100 years old. I didn't notice that, dude. 100-year-old train. I want to see how these conmats are getting around. It's obviously these guys. I think if we sell off a couple of these, we'll upgrade the rest. Where's that combat train? There he is. So he's carrying 100 to go now, which is better, but still 43 back there. We can probably double this. Have two of these. So he's not even there. There's already 44. If there's 100 by the time he gets in, we can probably double the trains. Slain at 583, thank you, 16 months. How is this version of Transport Fever over the original? Haven't been watching much of late. It's like an iteration of it. Adds the Asian setting, improves graphics quite a bit. Fixes a lot of industrial things and transport link stuff. It's like a lot of people have referred to it as a 1.5 version. It's essentially the same game, but better. Actually, he's got 60, so it's probably not worth running 2 trains. I paid 800 grand for that. So that should get unloaded over here. Wait a minute. They're the food trucks. Where's the materials going? Oh, they're getting dumped straight into the city.
Happy anniversary.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. They're getting absorbed. They're not getting distributed. I tell you what, though. Look now needs construction material. Wait, where are they getting it from? Oh, the ship. I forgot about the ship. Wow, I forgot about that. We had a shipping run, didn't we? Look at this. Blimey, look at the profit margin on that. Holy moly. Would it not be quicker to run some straight lines through the mountains? The ones in front of the station almost exactly in line with the other end. Which station, Benjamin? That's insane. Wait, where's the stone ships? That is seriously profitable. 2 ships on the go. Oh no, 3 ships on the go, is it? Three ships in total. Most of that's being transported. It looks like shipping is like the rare case where you can actually tell them to wait till full and it still stays profitable. That took a long time to get going though, that thing. Question is 2 enough? And I think the answer is yes. 2 ships seems to work really well. That then brings it into here. Don't know if there's enough on here though. Wow. That's cool. And 44 gram positive. Right, so what was the question Benjamin was putting about the mountain? This mountain. Were you on about going through this? The 5 lines you're configured not 5 minutes ago, the cargo and the passenger lines. So you mean this line, or do you mean the other one going from Feels Bad? Do you mean this line, or do you mean the Ho Chi Minh line? This one. Oh, jam donut. Shall I go? What's wrong with the way it works? Yeah, I've still got some old trains. Okay, firefighter. You can always watch on your phone or something, Firefighter. Right, the old Shanghai grain train. I think this is the one that has to go a long way. It also has to share way too much track. China Way was DF5. 80k limit. And the grain train needs to go as quickly as it can. But if I set it to do 120, then this oil line would need to go faster, otherwise they'll slow it down, unless we separate it out. Or we upgrade the whole lot to TE3s and just do 100. I don't know, Tesla, but standard track's good for 120. It's got 9 cars in it. Two questions. Number one, how long is that platform? The answer is 120. One, two, three, four, five. That's 200. I think we need to move this grain faster. We can still have 2 trains, but we need to move it faster. And secondly, would it make sense to just go around? Because it needs to go here, where it shares a lot of the track with the oil line. Problem is, to get from here to here, it has to go. It can't really go down the inside of that oil track, so it has to cross over it. You used to love games like this. Now I just feel like you're underqualified to play them. How can you be underqualified to play a game? Doesn't have an exam. I could get rid of that. At the very least move it. And then we can have track coming along here. And then just cross over last minute. Let's do that instead. Skip my game. Yeah, that's something I'm trucking. Alright, so currently it's doing that. If we shimmy that over there instead. Too much curvature. Why has that got too much curvature on it?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
I would have thought that would work now.